Throughout history, humans couldn't see the color blue. In Homer's Iliad, the sea is described as wine-colored. Ancient texts never mention blue. Because the word blue, the perception of blue developed later. Seeing colors a learned ability. So what colors can't you see right now? This claim sounds insane, I know. How could they not see blue? The sky's there, the ocean's there, always been there. But the truth is much deeper and more disturbing. Color doesn't exist in the external world. Color is entirely a construction in your brain, an illusion, and this illusion reveals the chasm between reality and perception. Close your eyes and think about this. All the colors you see around you right now, none of them are actually that color. In the external world there are only electromagnetic waves vibrating at different frequencies, between 380 and 750 nanometers. That's it. Your brain's way of interpreting these waves creates the experience you call color. Think about red. Electromagnetic radiation at roughly 700 nanometers wavelength. But this radiation itself isn't red. Redness is the subjective experience created by billions of neurons in your brain after your eye detects this wavelength. You call it red, but red only exists inside you. So why couldn't ancient humans see blue? The answer lies in how language shapes color perception. Language doesn't just describe the world, it changes how you perceive it. If you don't have a word for a color, distinguishing that color becomes much harder. In 1858, William Gladstone studied Homer's use of color. His findings were shocking. Homer describes gold as white, the sea as wine-colored, the sky as bronze. Nowhere does the word blue appear. In the 20th century, anthropologists studied tribes worldwide. Some cultures have two color words, light and dark. Some have three. Black, white, red, yellow and green come much later. Blue always comes last. In 1969, anthropologists Brent Berlin and Paul Kay examined 98 different languages. They discovered the order in which color words emerge is almost identical. First black-white, then red, then green or yellow, then blue, then brown, finally purple, pink, orange, gray. This order reflects human eye physiology. You have three types of color receptors: short wavelength, blue, medium green, long red. But these receptors' sensitivity ranges overlap. Your brain creates color by comparing signals from these three receptors. Red receptors are most sensitive. That's why red is first distinguished. Green and blue require more complex calculations. Language affects how your brain categorizes colors. Russian speakers see light blue and dark blue as different colors. Russians are faster at distinguishing these two blue tones. The Himba tribe in Namibia has 5 different words for what we call green, but no word for blue. Researchers showed them green squares with 1 blue square mixed in. The Himba struggled to see the blue one, but they instantly distinguished green tones we can't tell apart. This means your color perception isn't fixed at birth. It's learned, shaped by culture, determined by language. So what does this mean? The reality you think you know is actually a simulation in your brain. Light is a tiny fraction of the electromagnetic spectrum. You can only see 0.35% of this vast spectrum. Even in this range, there's continuous spectrum, no discrete colors. Your brain divides this transition into categories: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet. Why 7 colors? Newton's arbitrary choice. When Newton passed sunlight through a prism, he claimed to see 7 colors because 7 is important in music and astrology. In reality, the spectrum contains infinite tones. There are tetrachromatic women. While normal humans have 3 color receptors, they have 4. These women can see 100 million different colors instead of our 10 million. They see colors you've never experienced. Animals see differently. Bees see ultraviolet. Flowers have patterns you never see. The mantis shrimp has 16 color receptors. If you could see through this creature's eyes, the world would be unrecognizably magnificent. It shows color isn't absolute reality. It's relative, subjective, species-specific. What you call red might be completely different for another being. Now let's look at experiments proving color is illusion. The famous dress incident in 2015. White gold or blue black. People saw the same photo in different colors because brains make different estimates about lighting conditions. Color adaptation. Put on red glasses for 30 minutes, then remove them. The world looks greenish because your red receptors adapted. This shows color perception is dynamic, constantly recalibrating. Color blindness affects 8% of people, mostly men who usually can't distinguish red-green, but most don't realize it. For them, the world looks normal until tested. Your retina contains 20 million rod cells and 6 million cone cells. With just 3 cone types, you create millions of colors through comparison algorithms in your brain. These signals are processed in the visual cortex, but color processing constantly recalibrates itself. There's white balance, your brain estimating lighting to calculate objects' true colors. This sometimes fails, creating optical illusions where the same gray square appears different colors against different backgrounds. Color's psychological effects are cultural. Red seems exciting in the West, but means luck in China. This meaning is entirely learned. There's even placebo effect. Red pills seem more effective, blue pills calming, because your brain gives meaning to color. Technology changed color perception. RGB screens use red, green, blue pixels to create all colors. But these are illusions tricking your brain's 3 receptors. Digital photography interprets actual light into human eye compatible data. Instagram filters and Photoshop make natural color meaningless. VR creates colors that don't exist, tricking your brain into supernatural experiences. The future might bring brain implants sending color signals directly, or technologies letting us see non-existent colors. Color seems real, because evolution shaped it for survival advantage, distinguishing ripe fruit, noticing dangerous animals. But this adaptation isn't reality. Evolution focuses on survival, not truth. This is why color is the universe's greatest illusion. It seems real but is entirely subjective brain experience. There's no color externally, only electromagnetic radiation. This raises deeper questions. What is reality? If color is illusion, what about sound, taste, smell, touch? All are brain interpretation processes. Maybe you live in a colorless, soundless energy ocean that your brain transforms into understandable simulation. As Carl Sagan said, if we want to understand the universe, we must first understand the limits of how we perceive it. Reality is much bigger, much more mysterious than we perceive. Look around you. All colors are electrical activity in your brain, neurons firing, signals processing, beautiful, meaningful, but real? Maybe color's beauty lies in being illusion. This illusion is the universe's way of communicating, giving survival information, as beautiful, emotional experience. But remember, this beauty is inside you. Color is your creation. This makes you special. Very few beings can transform electromagnetic waves into subjective beauty. When you look at a sunset, you're experiencing beauty that exists nowhere else except in minds like yours. You're the universe appreciating its own beauty. You create color in a colorless universe. You turn physics into art. Maybe this is the greatest miracle. When matter organizes into consciousness, it can find itself beautiful. Color is illusion but beautiful illusion. Reality is simulation but meaningful simulation. You are the creator of this simulation, the universe's greatest illusion, but maybe also its most beautiful illusion. Let's look at color's psychological effects. Red is exciting, blue is calming, they say, but this is cultural. In China, red is lucky. In the West, it's danger. In India, orange is sacred. In the West, it's attention-grabbing. Color's meaning is entirely learned, cultural. There's even a placebo effect. Red pills seem more effective. Blue pills seem calming. Green pills seem natural. Same medicine, different color, different effect. Because your brain gives meaning to color, your body responds accordingly. We can see this in art history too. Medieval paintings rarely used blue. Lapis lazuli was expensive, more valuable than gold, only used for the most important figures. Virgin Mary's robe, blue became a sacred color. During the Renaissance, perspective was discovered. Color began being used to create three-dimensional illusion, distant objects, blue, nearby objects, warm colors, atmospheric perspective, an attempt to imitate nature. Impressionists took this further. Monet painted the same haystack at different times, morning gold, noon white, evening purple. As light changes, color changes. Objects don't have fixed color, only light's momentary state. In the 20th century abstract art arrived. Kandinsky, Mondrian. Color broke free from reality, became pure experience. Not a red apple, just red, not a blue sky, just blue. Color itself became the art object. Technology also changed our color perception. Television, computer, phone screens, RGB system. Red, green, blue pixels create all colors, but these colors aren't real. They're illusion. They trick your brain's three primary receptors. Print technology uses CMYK, cyan, magenta, yellow, black, different system, different color gamut. The color you see on screen might print differently, because two different technologies, two different color creation methods. Digital photography made color even more complex. Camera sensors see differently from human eyes, wider spectrum, different sensitivity. Then software makes this data human eye compatible. Result: the color in the photo is an interpretation of light that was actually there. Instagram filters, Photoshop effects. Color no longer reflects reality it's created. You can change it however you want. The concept of natural color becomes meaningless. Now VR, AR technologies are coming. Completely artificial colors in virtual reality. Digital colors added to reality in augmented reality. Your color perception becomes even more manipulatable. What will the future bring? Maybe implants that send color signals directly to our brains. Maybe technologies that let us see colors that don't exist. Maybe systems that let us experience other species' color perception. Or maybe we'll learn to see the colorless world as it really is. To perceive the electromagnetic spectrum in its raw form. To bypass our brain's interpretation layer. Then we'll truly understand what a huge illusion color is. Because ultimately, color seems real to you because evolution shaped it that way. Colorful vision provides survival advantage. Distinguishing ripe fruit, noticing dangerous animals, evaluating mating partners. But this adaptation isn't the same as reality. Evolution focuses on increasing survival chances, not showing truth. Your color perception gives you useful information, not truth. This is why color is the universe's greatest illusion. It seems so real, feels so concrete, but it's entirely subjective experience in your brain. There's no such thing as color in the external world. Only electromagnetic radiation, and this raises a much deeper question. What is reality? If color is illusion, what else is illusion? Sound, taste, smell, touch, all interpretation processes in your brain. Maybe the external world is completely different from what you perceive. Maybe you're living in a colorless, soundless, tasteless, odorless energy ocean. Your brain transforms this ocean into a simulation you can understand, survive in. As Carl Sagan said, if we want to understand the universe, we must first understand the limits of how we perceive it. Reality is much bigger, much more complex, much more mysterious than we perceive. Now look around you. All the colors you see are electrical activity in your brain. Neurons firing, signals processing, experience created by your consciousness. Beautiful, yes. Meaningful, yes. But real? Maybe color's beauty lies in it being illusion, because this illusion is the universe's way of communicating with you. It gives you information you need to survive, as a beautiful, meaningful, emotional experience. But remember, this beauty is inside you. Color is your creation, and this creative ability makes you very special in the universe, because very few beings can transform electromagnetic waves into color. You create color in a colorless universe. You turn physics into art, and this ability makes you very special, because very few beings in the universe can do that. Very few beings can transform electromagnetic waves into subjective beauty experience. But how is this miracle possible? What's happening in your eyes? The retina contains 20 million rod cells and 6 million cone cells. With just 3 cone types you create millions of colors through comparison algorithms in your brain. These signals are processed in the visual cortex, but color processing constantly recalibrates itself. There's white balance, your brain estimating lighting to calculate objects' true colors. This sometimes fails, creating optical illusions where the same gray square appears different colors against different background. Red seems exciting in the West, but means luck in China. This meaning is entirely learned. There's even placebo effect. Red pills seem more effective, blue pills calming. Technology changed color perception. RGB screens use red, green, blue pixels to create all colors. But these are illusions tricking your brain's 3 receptors. Digital photography interprets actual light into human eye compatible data. Instagram filters make natural color meaningless. VR creates colors that don't exist, tricking your brain. The future might bring brain implants or technologies, letting us see non-existent colors. Color seems real because evolution shaped it for survival. Distinguishing ripe fruit, noticing dangerous animals. But evolution focuses on survival, not truth. This is why color is the universe's greatest illusion. It seems real but is entirely subjective brain experience. There's no color externally, only electromagnetic radiation. If color is illusion, what about sound, taste, smell, touch? Maybe you live in a colorless energy ocean that your brain transforms into understandable simulation. Reality is much bigger, much more mysterious than we perceive. Look around you, all colors are electrical activity in your brain. Beautiful, meaningful, but real. Maybe color's beauty lies in being illusion. This illusion is the universe's way of communicating, giving survival information as beautiful experience. But remember, this beauty is inside you. Color is your creation. This makes you special. Very few beings can transform electromagnetic waves into subjective beauty. When you look at a sunset, you're experiencing beauty that exists nowhere else except in minds like yours. You're the universe appreciating its own beauty. You create color in a colorless universe. You turn physics into art. Maybe this is the greatest miracle. When matter organizes into consciousness, it can find itself beautiful. Color is illusion, but beautiful illusion. You are the creator of this simulation.